less three to a player.
Mm-hmm. Well, Cameron, when you played, we didn't chop and change the team that much, did we? That season?
No. Certainly under McLeish, I think in the first couple of years, the first year in the Premier League, it was pretty much consistent, and he found a formula what worked, and you sort of stick with that. You sort of get a level of continuity and consistency throughout the team, and obviously when it's going well and you're winning games, I suppose there's no real need to change it. But obviously, it sounds like Aita's sort of trying to search for a formula what is not quite got hold of yet. What's obviously not working. So. He needs at least 2 or 3 transfer windows, doesn't he, to make it his own? I think so. I think as a manager, like you say, it sounds like it's been a transitional year for him, and he's probably not got all the players in who he wanted. Obviously, with finances and COVID and things like that affecting things, so you can't be judged off the back of 19, 20 games. You've got to give him, January to get maybe 1 or 2 signings and strengthen 1 or 2 key areas, and obviously assess things. Next year, Blues won't go down, in my opinion. They've got too much quality to go down. All right, they might flirt with the bottom sort of 6, 8 teams, like a lot of teams will be flirting with it, this year, because it's going to be quite tight down there. So there'd be no danger going down, but you can't judge a man after 19 games. You should give it a year at least, before you can be sort of critical of him.
So the message is, people, settle down, get behind, continue your support.
Let's just go through this bumpy ride for the rest of this season, and then hopefully come next season, after he's had a couple more windows. We've got January, obviously. I don't think he's got a lot of money to spend. I don't know. I mean, it does worry me. What do we think about the Cop and Tilton closing for remedial works?
Is it really going to make any difference at the moment?
Well, not at the moment, but it's obviously there are bills there that were due to be paid that haven't been paid by the looks of things.
I must admit, it was a bit of a shocker seeing that news come through, wasn't it? Weren't expecting that. It's like a throwback to the Kumar days or something like that.
Yeah. I hope I'm totally right. I mean, all the staff in the offices have had to move over to the main stand. Nobody's allowed to work in there because it's not safe. It's failed. A stand that was built in 1906 is safer than the Cop and Tilton.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I didn't think of it like that. Yeah.
We did have the roof blow off on the main stand one day. Do you remember that one?
I'll get some more.
Nigel Mann says, Nick, it's your birthday. When? I'll just consult the diary.
For God's sake.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Pete Taylor's saying, Cameron, what moisturiser do you use? You haven't changed a bit.
What are you like?
You know what they'll say, eh?
Oh, I guess I know. I know. Sent that in then.
To be fair, the main stand is saying Ray Hobro. You're right there, mate. I mean, it's. I think we spent a couple of million on it a few years ago and improved it all inside, didn't we, and everything. So it's a bit of a dinosaur to look at still from the outside, but from the inside, I think it's up to scratch.
Oh, it's horrible.
Are we talking about Nick?
Cameron, question from one of our top friends here, Vic Singh. Have you ever faced a quicker player in football than yourself?
Adama Traore.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, when we played against him for Norwich when he was at Middlesbrough, I believe, I thought I was keen to give him a race to see how quick he was, actually, to be honest with you. I was half saying it before the game. I did want to see how quick this fellow is. And he managed to come back and get the ball because he was playing right wing near their own penalty area, and then he just burst away, and I was just like, oh my goodness, this guy is unbelievably fast. He's so fast, so fast. I've never seen anything like it. Seriously.
Yeah, and Russell Smith asked, what's your best goal you ever scored? He's got to say the banger against Liverpool.
Yeah, he's got it.
We was just debating this. I think I had a little bit more to do in that goal, so that's probably number one for me. Followed closely by the Stoke goal against Southampton, but I think that was a little bit more instinctive, obviously. But the Liverpool one, it doesn't come more special than scoring at Anfield, does it? Especially the way
I was watching that one here in my local town in the pub, and somebody took my photograph as I jumped off the chair, and I think they edit the roof.
Yeah.
But the first touch as well, Cameron, for that goal was just incredible, the way he took it out the sky.
Yeah, taking it out the sky, holding off Mascherano and beating Pepe Reina from distance. Obviously it takes some doing, doesn't it? It was a
Zidane first touch and a Shearer finish, wasn't it?
Oh, Shearer's just pure power. It was instinct. It was just honestly like, I've had 2 or 3 good touches here. I need to hit it. And that was it. And it just sailed away. And, I was like, wow. I was so far away. It took me ages to get to our fans to celebrate it. I remember I was blowing by the time I got there. I was like, I need to slide it because I'm absolutely blowing.
Right, who's it? just replying to Russell. Sam Mollett said you scored a great goal against Queen's Park Rangers as well, first season.
Yeah, first goal for Birmingham, 2-0 away at QPR. I think remember a long ball by Mike Taylor. I just ran through the defence and sort of lofted it over the keeper as he was coming out. But yeah, obviously it was my first ever goal for Blues, so I'll always remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah, people are mentioning as well the 3-2 game at Wolves when Colin Dawson had the penalty. The goal he got in that game was fantastic.
The last minute winner where I think Sheffield and Bentner was screaming at me in the middle to square it, but I was through and I was always gonna try and shoot there. So yeah, that was actually a nice finish. Good game that as well. That, to be fair, really good game.
Really good game. Yeah, and the Spurs one as well. The Spurs goal as well, Cameron.
Yeah, away at White Hart Lane, McLeish's first game. Obviously, Seb will take the plaudits for his wonder strike in the last minute, but yeah, my goal wasn't too shabby either, to be fair. The little left foot bottom corner, nice little finish. So yeah, I was quite pleased with that one as well.
Your introduction to the Blues wasn't exactly successful in your first game.
Well, yeah, I don't think it quite panned out as I imagined, but yeah,
that's what we want, though. That's what we want.
Yeah, passion.
It can happen sometimes. I mean, I was obviously a younger guy then at that period of time, and I suppose it's just enthusiasm. You know, you just moved to a new club. You're 19 years old. I think I just turned 20, maybe, or just about to turn 20. So it's like I need to try and make a statement. I need to try and mark my territory. So they say.
You definitely did.
Yeah, I think I marked it too hard. You know what I mean? But, it's one of the things you learn from it as a player. And,
of course you do. Adam, can you ask Cameron what the worst injury he's ever suffered during his career has been, and how long is your recovery, and how did you deal with not playing?
It was at Blues, actually. It was the year we went down, my last season. I'd suffered a plantar fascia injury maybe 5 weeks before the end of the season in training. It's basically it's like a ligament underneath your foot. And I literally ruptured it. And obviously, I think at the time we had so many injuries out, so I had to sort of try and play for it, for injections and stuff like that. And it was so agonisingly painful. I couldn't do it for the last. I think I played the last game actually. The last game of the season I played against Tottenham away at White Hart Lane with a ruptured plantar fascia, which is probably not the best idea to do. But obviously, it was touch and go to stay in the league, so it was something I agreed to do. And then obviously, I went away in the summer for 6 weeks, healed, and I came back in pre-season and tore it the first day. So my career was sort of hanging by a thread by then. So luckily I've not torn it since or injured it since, but it was something that was a serious injury. And nearly a career ender, to be honest with you.
Some great questions coming in. Graham Haynes, what was it like coming on in the Carling Cup final? And what was the message from McLeish when you came on?
To be fair, it's a mixed emotions because I was gutted I didn't start. Obviously, I was buzzing we won. He told me the week before I wouldn't start, and I think we played Sheffield Wednesday in the Cup the week before, and I picked up an ankle injury. I came off with an ankle injury in the game, and then I think it was in a week. I think I'd got back fit training, and he said, "Look, you're not going to start the game." So I sort of knew before anyway. I was a bit gutted, but obviously coming on, you're just trying to protect the lead, aren't you? You're 2-1 up against Arsenal. You're the underdog. It's at Wembley. It's like, wow, it's amazing. You know what I mean? It's like as a player, you're never going to get a chance to sort of, I wouldn't say like as a player. I mean, the level of Club Birmingham is not every year you get into cup finals, and it was something that all the players knew. It was an opportunity we was probably never going to get again as players. And I actually had a chance to move in that window. I was supposed to go to Stoke in that window, but I said no because we was in the cup final. I was like, look,
I would want to go to Stoke. What a dump that is.
I read the script and I seen the stick shipping, so I was like, I'm jumping ship now. They came in for me and the club said no. They said, look, they put enough money in and said, look, it's up to you. And I said, no, look, I don't want to go. Like, I'm happy where I am. And obviously we're in the cup final and things are going well for us here, so I've got no reason to want to go. So.
What did you do after we won the game? What happened then, Cameron? I know obviously a lot of celebrations, and we've had Roy the photographer on here tell us his story about Roger Johnson with the hood on his coat, with the champagne. He poured champagne in his hood for him to lift it up all over him.
He was obviously, we celebrated after in the change room and stuff like that. Then obviously seeing friends and family after the game, and then I think some of the lads I stayed in London myself. I think some of the lads went to a couple of clubs. Half the team was probably split. Some of the older lads probably did something a little bit more, low key, and the younger lads sort of went and had a little bit of a booze up. So that was a good night out after. Definitely great night, I should say. Not good night, great.
I got home about 4 o'clock in the morning.
Sorry, Nick?
I got back home about 4 o'clock in the morning from that one.
Yeah.
Well, we got back into New Street Station. There was no trains from there to here. The last train out of here is at 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
We've only just had electric.
Yeah, we can tell.
Right,
Sorry,
Linda
Mark,
Magnet
what was you going to
sent 50 stars. What's all that about, Chris Browne, please?
Sorry?
Linda Magnet has just sent 50 stars. What's all that about, please?
Well, this is a sort of a virtual currency that Facebook have these days. I think 1 star equals a penny, so it's not massive money, but you know, it's just a way of giving money to charity and so forth, and streamers and that like so. Yeah, all adds up. All adds up.
Go on, Mark. What was you going to say, Mark?
I was going to ask Cameron. Apart from the obvious, the medal and the shirt, what else have you got? Any mementos from that day? What did you keep?
I just think I had the shirt and obviously the medal. I think I might have had some boots, but I think Nike must made me some boots for the game. But I've got them all. I still got all my football mementos at home, and I've not even really sort of put frames up of shirts and stuff like that. I've got bags of jerseys, what I need to sort of go through and
do that when you retire.
One of my favourite memories as well, Cameron, was an assist of yours against them up the road in the quarter final when your pace down that right to whip it in for Zigic.
Yeah.
And he actually made a bit of a mess of it, didn't he? I thought he'd fluffed it, but
it was sort of a 2-touch finish from Big Ziggy there. To be fair, it seemed like an age going in. It seemed like it just slowed and slowed and slowed. But that was probably better than the semis. Actually, for me, beating Villa in the quarters was better than the semis.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Just the feeling though, the final whistle against West Ham and the atmosphere that night as well. We were going to the new Wembley for the first time. Was just it's giving me goosebumps now.
Yeah, it was special, and especially the way we came back as well. I mean, obviously, the way the tide sort of ebbed and weaved, and we was in it, we was out of it, and we was in it, then we won it. It was like wow, it was such a roller coaster to go through, but no, it was brilliant memories.
At the end of that, remember, K Sarah Sarah, we're going to Wembley. They heard it in Aston, mate. Believe me. Beautiful.
I keep saying on here, I've said it a few times now, Cameron, we're the only West Midlands club to win a major trophy in high definition.
Black and white still doesn't count, does it? I don't have these people that say football in the 70s and 60s. It was a different game then. It wasn't even football really for me, but it's another argument for another day, innit, I suppose.
Yeah.
Question in from Jason Hughes. Does Cameron understand the animosity to MK Dons from football fans because how they form? Do people pick you up on this? I don't have any animosity to MK Dons. Do you, Paul?
No.
Good question. Yeah.
I suppose there's always going to be that sort of thing where, unless you really know the true story, and I found out the true story since going there, but I think people are sort of barking up the wrong tree with that one. I don't think they actually know the truth behind the move and the breakaway from Plough Lane and the old Wimbledon and stuff like that. So it's quite it's not as straightforward as people think. Oh, they've just broke away and stole the name and moved up to Milton Keynes and took it out of sort of Wimbledon. It was a lot more complex.
It's a nice stadium, isn't it, Cameron? I've been there.
Fantastic stadium.
Oh, it's a great looking stadium.
Obviously, location's great. I think that obviously the owner's got quite high ambitions, but they've just not quite been able to get to where they want to and sustain it really. So it's definitely one where if someone was to probably come along and say, look, it's close to London, you've got fantastic infrastructure, we'll invest a few quid into the club, and I think it'd be one what someone could possibly take further forward, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. And you can probably do a bit of clothes shopping and all, can't you, after the game?
Yeah.
You can obviously pop up to Birmingham and nick one of them Christmas jumpers you're buying, so yeah.
Oh, dear. So go on, Mark.
I was going to say, one memory of MK Dons away was having the big pick a mix outside the away end. That was a bit surreal.
You.
Have they completed the stadium now? Are all the seats in? Or is it
it was in. They've been in for a while, I think so.
Yeah. I think
it's
the ones I went there, they hadn't completed it.
Yeah, it's 30,000, 32,000, something like that. So it's a good size.
Nice
Fair play. So who had the biggest influence on your career at Blues, Cameron, would you say?
I'd definitely say McLeish, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Just in terms of learning on and off the pitch, and I think sort of maturing with age and stuff like that, it was, definitely. I think, when I first went under Steve, obviously I was still a young lad. I was still growing up, maturing as a person. But obviously with Alex, definitely had the biggest impact on me for sure. Obviously worked with him the longest as well. So yeah, I mean Alex. I still speak to him now and again now. So he's always one where you can lean on for that little bit of advice and stuff like that. So he's a great man.
Yeah. Yeah, that season that we finished 9th when we went, how many games did we go unbeaten? Was it 11?
11, yeah.
11 games unbeaten running the Premier League. That was a fantastic achievement.
Oh, for them days, Paul. Oh, for them days, eh?
Will they ever return?
Well, you never know, Chris.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Browne.
Yes.
Can you please push the shirt?
Yes.
And the balls.
And the balls, yeah. We're hoping I'm hoping Craig's going to come on so he can give a bit more insight into some of the competitions we're running. But we have got a shirt up for auction this evening, and I'll turn the camera around in a second. But I believe it's up to something like £250. That one is courtesy of our friend Liam Dash, who sent in this shirt that you're about to see, which hasn't come up because the camera's not working. But anyway, yeah. So I'll put a picture up in a bit. The shirt's at £250.
Wow.
So far.
And that's going to all our chosen charities for the Christmas appeal.
It is, yeah. It's absolutely fantastic. Excellent. Absolutely fantastic.
Lovely shirt, that.
It is beautiful. Yeah. And
so we've got that. We've got the 2 signed footballs, which we need to get the cards filled up on. I don't know how many's left, to be perfectly honest. We'll find out very shortly.
Yeah.
But they're 2 marvellous signed footballs, and one of them has got Chucho Benitez signature on them. So,
right then, here we go. I'll turn the camera around so people can see the shirt.
What was it like playing with Chucho, Cameron?
Obviously that season we played together was amazing, obviously, because it's just refreshing to play 4-4-2. I mean, playing 4-5-1 is so hard. Obviously, as a striker, you don't sort of get the recognition you deserve sometimes doing that graveyard shift. I mean, it's so hard playing that shift in a team is designed to defend, really. So, I mean, playing 4-4-2 is obviously, with Christian, it was brilliant because he was so off the cuff, but in a great way where, I mean, he, he'd commit people was frightened to death of him because he had a great turn of pass. Skillful, low centre of gravity, and obviously he's a massive goal threat. Obviously he didn't score as many goals as he probably could have, but he created and laid on many others for others. You know what I mean? And obviously I benefited massively from playing with him. So it was brilliant for me to play with.
Yeah. And obviously so tragic what happened to him as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's incredible.
Rest in peace to him. But what was Chucho like as a teammate? Spoke little English, but appeared. Why does it disappear every time I chuff him? But appeared to love his time at the Blues. What a great player. Cameron and Chucho had a fantastic partnership.
Yeah. He was honestly, even though he didn't speak good English, I mean, he could still sort of communicate. He could get by. He could, say what he probably wanted to say to a degree, and you'd sort of get where he was coming from, sort of thing. So, you could sort of bounce off each other, and there was other people who sort of chipped in and helped him by. So, he got by just fine, to be honest with you.
Mm.
Yeah. You could tell how much the club meant to him. Do you remember his goal against Burnley, the last game of the season?
Yeah.
You could just tell he just loved the place, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. It was so unfortunate because I think if he had an English test to take at the end of the season, and we would have signed him, but I think he didn't pass the English test, or there was something with his agent. His agent was trying to take him to West Ham or something like that, and it was just it was a bit of it was a bit muddled up, to be honest with you, what actually happened. But by all means, from the impressions I got, what we was keeping him, and I was, obviously I was delighted to keep him, but obviously, something happened within the deal, and he sort of ended up going somewhere else. But it would have been fantastic for that second season because he would only got better for me because that first sort of settling in period and that initial transition of getting to used to English football, he would have been fantastic, I thought, in the second season. Yeah. We missed something like that in the second year.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That leads me on to the questions from in the week, if that's all right, because one, it does follow on from this conversation quite well. So Shane Roberts just asking, Cameron, was you upset that you didn't get a chance for a long-term partnership with Chucho after a brilliant 2009-10 season, with obviously his loan ending and him going back to his parent club? And did you prefer playing alongside Chucho or Nikola Zigic?
The way we played, definitely Chucha, because we played quite similar. So it was two sort of fast, dynamic players who was probably unpredictable, would be a fair way of saying, whereas Big Ziggy was quite one-dimensional. Quite easy to play against at times, but obviously it could cause you a problem with his height and his awkwardness. So, And I thought, we didn't sort of play that long ball style of football, what would have, sort of suited a big man, little man combinations. So, I thought even though I didn't play for more than one season with either of them, it definitely Christian what I would have preferred, definitely. And that's not taking nothing away from Big Ziggy. He was good in his own right, but definitely I had that connection.
Yeah, we played Big Ziggy to the perfection, didn't we, against Arsenal in that cup final? They didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, the game plan. To be fair, the game plan from Alex was magnificent. Everyone played out of their skin, 120%, and obviously the big man caused them, no end of problem. They
didn't have a clue what to do with him.
No, that was probably the difference between the two teams, really. It was. We had the ball. We had that calmness in terms of people like Bowyer and Ferguson in the middle of the park who could control a game of football. Stevie Carr at the back. So we had that experience through the spine of the team, and obviously the service up to the big man that day was magnificent. So every time Zigic headed the ball down or got the ball, they were anxious. You could tell, and that's what caused the mistake between Shelney and Chesney in goal when he headed it down. They just panicked. Martins to nip in. It just creates that though, because when you've got someone who's so awkward and who's so effective at what they're doing, it just creates that uncertainty for the defender, because he knows he can't win the first header. So then he's sort of like, where do I go for the second one? Do I try gamble? I'm going to get the second one, or do I drop off? And like you say, it just created that moment of uncertainty between the goalkeeper and the defender. And obviously, Oba was sharp as anything off the mark, and he nipped it. And obviously, the rest is history.
I just remember not celebrating for about 3 seconds, because nothing ever like that happens to us. And I was waiting for any reason for a foul on the keeper, offside. That can't be given. That don't happen to us. And then when I saw the referee just point towards the other end, like saying it's a goal, it was just pure pandem. What a feeling! Unbelievable.
Beautiful.
Even now, 10 years on, 9-10 years on, you just can't. Even now, can't believe it. Every time you see the footage, you just can't. You just can't believe it. Even now.
Amazing. Lisa Fields saying, what was it like scoring your first goal for Blues? Obviously, the one at QPR away. And I play football. What advice would you give me? That's her son Ryan, who's 9 years old. So he's Ryan, age 9. He's asking that question.
Obviously, my first goal for Blues was special because, obviously, starting the way I started, I was put on the back foot and under pressure immediately. So I had to sort of, to try and score or play well, or I was always under pressure to do something good to redeem myself from that mistake onwards. But it was a great moment for myself, and it was something I'll always be proud of, scoring my first goal for the club. But I'd say in terms of advice for Lisa's son there, 9 years old, just enjoy yourself. It's football. Just go and play with a smile on your face, and just go somewhere where you're going to be with your friends. And that's it. That's all you need to be doing at that age. Really, there's nothing other than that. Really, just enjoyment and playing with friends and just being happy.
Yeah. And Dan Lockyer's asking, what was your favourite Blues moment and worst? So your favourite moment for Blues and worst moment for Blues?
I'd say my favourite moment was winning the cup but the first year we got promoted, that was one of my favourite moments as well. And the worst was getting relegated in the second season in the McLeish after we won the cup. That was horrible. We was too good to go down almost in terms of the squad we had and how well we'd done that year. But it just caught up with us at the end of the season. The injuries and obviously the defeats, what we sort of started suffering towards the end of the season, it caught up with us in the end. But that was probably the worst one, I'd say, for me.
Yeah, and James Ratchford is asking, how did it feel scoring that screamer at Anfield?
Oh. Yeah,
we kind of talked about it, but can you remember what was going through your head when you saw it hit the net?
Wow, I can't believe I've actually scored from this distance. But, it's a moment of it's hard to explain about scoring a goal. When you score a goal, it's relief, it's joy, it's excitement, it's so many different emotions in one. But scoring a goal of that magnitude, obviously against the level of opposition, it's even, it's just intense by 10, 15, 20. So, it was.
And of course, on their own turf as well.
Yeah. Scoring against the big boys is always nice, but obviously scoring away at Anfield is something what you'll remember. I try and tell my kids now, look, Daddy scored at Anfield. Don't really get it, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. And Will Wood's asking, who was your favourite player you played with at Blues overall? Who would you say?
You know what? For one of my favourite players I played with, I'd say Frank Drew.
Yeah?
Just because he was such a lovely gentleman, for starters, but he was so funny. He was such a good player. In training, just to see him play, and I don't know, there's just something about him. He had that air of, I don't know, I wouldn't say he was necessarily relaxed, but he was just so calm, and everything he did, he had a wonderful left foot. He was a little bit struggling with his weight. He didn't really have pace. There was nothing really to his game what stood out, but training around the place, he was just such a lovely guy, coming every day with a smile on his face. He'd laugh, he'd joke, he'd slap you on the arse, he'd slap you on the back. He was just that sort of guy that everyone loved. He was such a nice guy. Him and Radhi Jaide was two of the most outstanding humans you'll ever meet in football. Honestly, it was just pleasure to play with both of them. But yeah, I mean, Frank was brilliant, man. For me, he was just
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to sit with Frank at the Players Awards when he won Player of the Season in 2008 at the ICC. And I was on his table. Me and my dad was sat on his table, we got to know him a little bit for a few hours there, and he was making us laugh there. I remember, he's a good laugh, isn't he? He's a good guy. Yeah,
he's a great guy.
Sorry, but David Sullivan blasted him at one point, didn't he?
Yeah.
I don't get that.
It's just, I think that was David's way, wasn't it, sort of thing. I mean, you still see it now to a degree at West Ham, but it's always someone else's fault, isn't it? That's sort of David's mentality, and someone was always going to get the finger pointed, and Frank, was on a nice contract, and unfortunately for him, he got the brunt of it after we got relegated, I suppose. So it was never nice to see, a fellow teammate getting stick, especially from the owner. It's unheard of, really. Pointing the finger, but I suppose that's sort of David's way.
Sorry, Cameron. How did Frank take that criticism? Was he a bit miffed by it, or did he just, shrug it off?
He sort of shrugged it off, with it. He sort of laughed it off. He was a bit, obviously, cheesed off at the time, but I think, after the laughs and jokes had sort of, filtered out, I think he was cool with it, to the fair. He took it in his stride, and, obviously bounced back, obviously how he did.
Yeah. Well, he threw it back at him in the best way possible. He went and won Player of the Season the following season.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that showed, obviously the level of commitment he had towards the club when it was being questioned in the first place, and obviously what the fans thought of him and what the players thought of him. So performances.
Yeah.
Is that it, Paul?
There is a few more, Nick, but did you want to say something? Sorry?
I want to catch up on a couple of things. Craig Courtney says we've got 17 teams left for the West Harding signed shirt. They're only at £2 each, so get those in, and don't forget the Liam Day shirt is currently at £250. If anybody wants to up that, you're very, very welcome.
Fantastic, guys. Nick, can I just also say that we need to say thank you to Ball Sports as well. They've actually sent us a signed shirt this weekend.
Right, okay, that's super.
Of the current squad. It's fantastic.
Amazing. Yeah. Linda Ensor put me down for £10, Craig Courtney, so that's £7 left. Shirt, as Chris says, stands at £250. If we can get any more on that, it's all for charity, guys.
It's all for charity. All for charity. Thank you, guys.
Couple more then, Paul, if you like.
Yeah. Okay, so Siobhan Kenny's asking, could Cameron wish my daughter a happy 8th birthday? It's her birthday today. Don't know her name, unfortunately. Do we know Siobhan's? Can we get Siobhan's daughter's name, please? Siobhan, put it on the group. Put it on the page. On the chat, if you're listening.
Yeah. Put it up, and we'll say happy birthday.
Yeah, we'll ask Cameron to wish her happy birthday.
That's fantastic.
So, I think that's it, Cameron, to be fair, just reading through them. I think that's it. Oh, the only other one is have you got any regrets from your time at Blues? From
leaving?
I don't think I can have any regrets. I was there for 5 years. I had some ups and downs, 2 promotions, unlucky 2 relegations, and a cup winners medal. So I think as far as that goes, I think,
that ain't bad, is it? That ain't bad.
It's not bad, I mean, obviously the relegation is obviously a black mark against you, but other than that, I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I thought, I came as a young sort of rough diamond, and I probably left a little bit of a better player. Probably, as I've got older, I've probably got a little bit better in terms of my all-round game and things like that. So yeah, probably Blues fans probably didn't see the best of me in terms of the time frame I was there from. But yeah, I mean, I give it my all, every time I put on the blue shirt, and I thoroughly enjoyed my 5 years there.
Yeah. And just one final one from Ricky Grinnell. He just said, did you ever get fed up with chasing long balls on your own and then have a section of the crowd moan at you for being knackered in the 89th minute?
Tired.
It's definitely subjective, that one, isn't it? Where, as a player, playing up front on your own, it's a graveyard shift. As you see.
Yeah, I can understand. Yeah.
You're chasing lost causes. You're playing for a team what's defensive minded, and you're not getting as many chances as you probably want or you'd like. And it's always that one where everyone wants you to do a little bit more. Why can't you be there? Why can't you be under this one? Why can't you be the end of that one? Why aren't you getting hold of it? Why aren't you running behind? So it's like, you can never please everyone, can you? So as long as, from my perspective, the way I look at it, I always played. Every time I was fit, I played. So I did something right with different managers. So obviously,
100%.
That's the way I look at it. That's the way I look at my career. If I'll put a label on him, he doesn't do this or he doesn't do that, and I'll say, well, hang on a minute, I've played 600 games throughout my career, which is a fantastic achievement. It's the first time this year I've played in League One, but other than that, it's been Championship and above. Played out in Turkey for a couple of years, but for every manager I've played for, I've always played. So I've always brought something to the team. What I thought, I'm doing all right still if I'm still
100. Couldn't agree with you more. I mean, I think that's football though, Cameron. I mean, there's Arsenal fans now moaning at Aubameyang. Do you know what I mean? At any level, whatever level you play at,
it's subjective. Massively. And like you say, you're never going to please everyone. You're going to be, one person's cup of tea, but another person will be like, oh no, I think this guy in the squad's better than him. He should have a run of it. He'll play. He won't do anything. And they'll be like, oh, actually, well, yeah, what about this guy? It's so subjective, and it's opinions. It's the beauty of the game. We can sit here and we can chat and we can discuss it like we are doing, like you guys do week in, week out. And that's what makes it so beautiful, and that's what makes it so unique, football.
I can tell you now,
Nick, you want to come in?
No complaints from us whatsoever. None whatsoever, mate.
No.
Not even for that first sending off. That's what we want. We want you to get in, get stuck in. That's, scoring them goals you did. Man, these were brilliant times.
Yeah.
In a
Carling Man United as well, didn't you?
Yeah, that's the thing. We had good, I look back at the times and I think, we've had results against Liverpool, United, obviously Tottenham, we've gone to places and, give them a good run for their money. We've won cup finals. We've had two or 3 years in the Premier League. Obviously the times we had in the Championship, we was winning, dominating, getting promoted. So it's happy times. You know what I mean? I look back a bit for 5 years of my career and think, I matured as a person, as an individual. Went from a young teenager to a man, and obviously I improved as a player, and the club had success. So for me, I look back a bit, and I don't look back with regret whatsoever. I look back with just fond memories.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so coming back to Nick. Coming back to Siobhan Kenny, her daughter's called Kira. Sorry, so
Kira. Right, okay, Kira.
Happy 9th birthday.
Another quick catch up from Courtney.
Happy 9th birthday for me and everybody. Go on. I was just wishing Kira a happy 9th birthday for myself and everybody at the show, and obviously I hope she has a wonderful birthday and a great Christmas followed by that.
Fantastic.
Here we go. Right, Craig Courtney, we've got 82 numbers left for the signed football. That's £2 for one or 3 for £5. £2 for one, 3 for £5. Let's get this one gone, guys, because it's been going 2 or 3 weeks now, so we want to get these 82 numbers in and get the dollar in so that we can pass it on to the relevant charities concerned.
Yeah, and also, do we know who the highest bidder is for this shirt?
I don't.
Is it you, Paul?
No, unfortunately not.
Are you sure?
You're going to up it.
Hey?
You're going to up it?
Oh, don't tempt him. His missus is
It's all right. I was just reading. I'm not going to say I wasn't listening, but I wasn't listening because I was reading. Because I'm gutted, because I've made a mistake, because it's Siobhan's daughter's 8th birthday, not 9th birthday. So, Cameron, that's my fault, mate. I need to wish Kira a happy 8th birthday.
Oh, you can't.
We'll roll from the top again then.
Go on, then.
Go on, then. Rewind.
Go on.
Kira, happy 8th birthday for myself and everybody at the podcast. We wish you a good birthday and obviously have a wonderful Christmas followed by your birthday and obviously a happy New Year.
Fantastic. That's
what I wanted.
Questions are flying in at the minute. Another one from Big Sim. Toughest defender you've ever faced?
Jonathan Woodgate, I thought.
Oh, what a player he was.
Yeah, great. In his prime, brilliant.
Yeah. One of the best. Yeah. A lot of questions about Turkey as well have come in, about how you settled in Turkey, what your thoughts were.
And are the fans in Turkey more passionate than in Birmingham?
Yeah,
they're mad. They're mad.
But the best thing about it, you can't understand what they're saying. So if someone's having a go at you, like, you're probably none the wiser. So yeah, that was all right.
Did you have about 19,000 people at the airport greeting you there like Darius Vasaldi?
No, I didn't quite get the Darius once again. I was a bit deflated actually. I got off a Thomas Cook flight and no one was waiting for me. So I was a bit like, maybe
flights are available.
Yeah.
Was that planned, that move, or how did that come back, Cameron? Was it an ambition to play abroad, or did it just one of those things that kind of spur of the moment thing?
It's a little bit of both. I think I always wanted to try something different. There was a few options on the table, but that was probably the closest to home at the time. And the city I went to is, it's a really lovely city on the Aegean side of Turkey. So the weather was nice. Me and the family adapted pretty good. So yeah, it was interesting. It was such an interesting experience. I loved it. I loved my time there, and I'd always said now how hard it is for foreign players to settle in England, because wow, it was really, really tough. So I always thought to myself, wow, like how can someone be so well respected or thought of in such a breath, in football terms, and then they come to England and they don't quite do it, and you're thinking, well, I don't understand it. They're so good in Spain, or they're so good in Italy, or they're so good in France, and then they come to England and they struggle. And everyone in England's like, oh, he's a flop, he's not this, he's that. But then, from my own experiences going abroad, it's not easy at all. So
No.
What was Galatasaray like? Take it playing against the big boys, Galatasaray, Fenerbahce.
Lame, Mark.
Crazy.
Lame.
No, but it was crazy. It's crazy.
It was crazy. It was good, but you just couldn't win away from home because of the fans. The fans are just that passionate. It just makes it so hard for you to get a decision or to get any sort of decisions in the games. Away from home, forget about winning. At home, they'll win because your fans will dictate to the referee when it's a foul, when it's not a foul, them sort of things. So it is scary, but it was a great experience. There was, obviously playing against Gala and Fener and Besiktas was, obviously it was good moments. We had good success against them as well, against the big boys. So it was good.
And flipping that on its head, Cameron, how much different is it playing now in empty stadiums with no fans there at all? Does that affect your personal performance much?
I think it's affecting the whole performance of football, as you can see throughout, the results throughout different leagues, through different levels. There's more goals, there's more mistakes. There's no sort of away advantage. Home advantage has sort of gone out the window. I think the whole sort of the dynamics of football's changed since COVID, since the empty stadiums. There's not that sort of presence you get or the atmosphere you feel when you're playing a game. It's just a lot more people are relaxed. I think you've seen that with the mistakes and the games and stuff like that. There's not that like edge to the game, is there? And it's just not the same. It isn't the same at all.
No. Not the same.
No, not at all. And who's the best player you've ever played with?
On TV and throwing a toilet roll at the cat, to be honest with you.
Sorry?
It's not the same here, watching it on TV and chucking a toilet roll at the cat.
No, it's not.
Appreciate it, do they, these cats?
You can't beat me in there as a fan. It's just not the same.
Some quick fire questions coming in there, mate, at you. Nigel Mann, Cameron, do you ever regret not signing for West Brom?
Didn't have a chance to sign for West Brom. Only when I was leaving Derby, but Derby blocked it.
Well, there you go. Jason McDonough, Cameron, when you finish playing the game, would you like to go into coaching?
No.
James Byrne, ask Cameron if Milton Keynes Dons have any future stars that Blues should be looking at. 3. Cameron Jerome, one of them.
Definitely. We want you back.
Oh, dear. People donating, which is really nice. Thanks, Linda Magna. Are there still numbers left for the Harding shirt? Jason, yes, there are, but not many. So get in touch with Craig Courtney if you want some. Can Cameron give us an insight into Big X team talk in the dressing room before the Carling Cup final?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a brilliant one.
But it was crazy.
He won, it's quite... I think it was more the staff. What was giving the sort of the war cry, but I think Big X was quite calm for that. I don't know if he was nervous. I doubt he was nervous. Obviously, as a player and as a manager, he's won things before, and so he was quite a calming presence. To be fair, I think he needed that. I suppose. Obviously, with he knew it was on the line, the magnitude of the task ahead. So I think he was quite calm. I remember him being really calm, and I was quite surprised with that. To be fair, but definitely the staff around him was firing into the boys, and we had experienced players in there anyway. To be fair, so it's not like we was a team full of kids going out there against the mighty Arsenal. We had experienced players who had won trophies and played international football. So yeah, looking at it that way, I thought, it was quite a calming one for us, going into it.
What player does... Sorry, Mark. I was going to say, go on, Mark.
I was saying, what was it like at half-time? Was it the same sort of calmness at half-time?
Well, yeah, because we was, obviously no one was expecting you to win the game. So, like, when you're going at half-time, 1-1, you're thinking, okay, well, brilliant. Same again, boys, keep it going. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, we're in the game. We're causing them problems. It's not like they're nailing us and we're hanging on for dear life and it's like, Jesus, we need to sort this out tactically or this out. It's like, pretty much keep it going, you know what I mean? Keep it up, try and hit them with a bit more pressure, get some more territory, and obviously use the things what are getting us success in the game to keep using it, keep using the big man. That was all the message.
The part that I didn't like about that was at the final whistle, how quick the Arsenal supporters disappeared. It's respectful for you.
That was horrible.
Walk around the stadium like we used to back in the day with the cup and just take that applause from everybody. You've just took part in a major cup final. We've won it. And they just disappeared.
Do you think our fans would have stayed, though, if they'd have won it?
No, Paul, not nowadays in the modern day. No.
I think it's a modern day thing, isn't it?
Well, do you know something, Paul? I would, just to see my team get the losers' medals, because it's a massive achievement, yeah?
Yeah, I'd have clapped the lads. Yeah, I'd have clapped the lads. Yeah, that's a fair point, actually. Yeah, I would have clapped the lads off. I did in Cardiff after we lost to Liverpool, to be fair.
Yeah, Andy, there wasn't one, and we should bring that tradition back, because it's like just really respectful, just to stay and take that lap of honour and the applause off everybody in the stadium. I appreciate that people travel, one thing or another, but I don't know, maybe it's just me. Anyway, Kim Upton, it's my grandson's Joe's 9th birthday tomorrow. He met you at the Sea Life Centre when you met fans before the Vile game. You were his favourite player. Could you give him a little message? It's Joe Upton.
Joe, hope you're watching, mate. Have a wonderful birthday if you've not had a wonderful day, and enjoy your Christmas, mate. Keep right on.
Fantastic.
Superb. There's a couple more coming in. There's that many comments coming in. Unreal.
Quick one from me, Cameron. Who's the best player you've ever played with in your whole career? And at Blues, if it's two different players.
Jesus, that's a tough one, because for different reasons, I'd say different players. So it's very tough. But at Blues, I thought the one who stood out for outstanding talent was Zarate for me. He had exceptional ability, like really scary ability. It's like he didn't even belong there, at Blues. It was like, wow, how have we managed to get this guy? Who is this guy and how have we managed to get him? Like, scary how he was there. And he was there and gone with a flash, and obviously did well in Italy and come back to England and didn't do as well as he probably could have done here. But yeah, he was, ability-wise, Jesus, he was up there with everybody. He'd fit into a top 4 or 5 team now, if he was just to burst on the scene now. So yeah, he was one. Ability-wise, he was scary.
Great message from Anthony Garvey. I lived in Qatar for 10 years, and in 2009, a lovely 62-year-old woman gave me a short note. It was Cameron Jerome's autograph that he had signed for her grandson years earlier when he was at Huddersfield, and I've still got that autograph. That's absolutely lovely.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Fantastic.
And it's just...
Luke, shall I come in with this one?
I can't believe we've got just over half an hour of the show to go. Craig Courtney is saying there's 7 teams still left in the Wes shirt. And does Cameron stay in touch with any of his old Blues teammates from Pete Taylor?
I still speak to Gary McSheffrey, Neil Dans. I seen Lee Bowyer last week when we beat them. We had a good little giggle.
Got to get that one in.
Yeah, we had a good little giggle, to be fair. He's like, you still playing? I said, Bose, I'm sure we signed you when you was older than me. And you was running around. So there's plenty of life in me yet. He's like, oh, slow down. So,
Steve Portman wants to know why I'm wearing his hat. If you think it's your hat, mate, I'll tell you what, I'll do a grump off with you.
You'd win.
You're still the fastest player on the pitch, Cameron.
I've lost a few yards, but I'm still a few yards quicker than most. So yeah, I'm still doing all right.
Yeah.
The birthday flying in. John Bullingham, his grandson Huey the Bluey. It's his 3rd birthday tomorrow. Can you give him a mention, please?
Oh, they come in tonight, aren't they? Record amounts.
Mine on Friday. Never mentioned it before. That's Huey the Bluey.
Was that for Huey?
Huey, yep, Huey.
Huey, happy birthday, mate. Happy 3rd one. Have a great day, and obviously enjoy your Christmas.
Smashing. I had a wonderful visitor come the other day, and I wasn't at home, unfortunately. And it was the wonderful Mrs. Browne herself, himself.
I was, yeah.
Brought me this gift. Now, I wasn't going to open it because, as you know, it's my birthday on Christmas Day. This is why I wear this, right? But Chris has asked me to specifically open it on the show tonight.
Go on then.
And here we go. Oh, feels like Christmas. See, I hate that song. I wish it could be Christmas every day. I'd be about 145,000 if it was.
Can I just let you know there's no money in it?
Oh, that is absolutely superb.
Looks like a selection box.
It's the back of a frame, ladies and gents. It's the back of a frame. There he is, the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley.
There you go.
Hey!
Oh, yeah, great.
Superb.
I thought you'd like that.
City Museum, along with all my other Elvis artifacts that I've got in there as well.
Yeah, I thought you'd like
Thank you. Steve Portman reckons I wouldn't beat him in a grump off. Chris, can we have a live grump off at some junction, please?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. Jason says, have you ever had a teammate with the worst dress sense than Gareth Ainsworth?
Is he allowed to say?
Cameron?
Yeah, I thought Big Benter had bad dress sense, to be fair. Big Nicholas, he was very flamboyant, to say the least, but he definitely had bad gear, to be fair.
That was a good season, wasn't it, when we had him and Mwamba and Larson and
Fabrice,
yeah,
fantastic.
McSheffrey scored all the goals as well, didn't he?
Yeah, Gary didn't pass me the ball, McSheffrey, but yeah, he was on the flank. No, that season we went on. We were such a young team, but Steve definitely got it right with his recruitment. Then the three boys from Arsenal was massive.
Yeah.
Massive
Matty Sadler as well played out of his skin, didn't he? At left back.
Yeah. Matty Sads at left back, Stephen Kelly at right back. Obviously, Mike Taylor there, bigger Martin Taylor at the back as well.
Yeah. Joy Edie, Gotti.
Yeah, Bruno and Gotti. Obviously myself. There was, I think DJ was still around then, was he?
Yeah. Stephen Clements.
Yeah, Clem was still there. He was hanging on by then, but yeah, Clem was still there. We had a good mix, like you say. We had a good few experienced heads and a few, good younger talents. So it worked really well. The balance was good.
And the Newcastle away, that's another good memory. The Newcastle away 5-1 in the cup.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah,
that was a good game.
What a game!
Yeah.
What a game!
That was a great game.
Don't forget Alan Shearer's face on BBC One at half time. I think we were at half time 3 or 4-0.
Yeah.
So yeah, we blew him off the pitch that night, didn't we?
It's an amazing game that was.
Yeah.
Stunning.
Yeah. And what was the camaraderie like in the squads that you was in, Cameron? Any good sort of pranks played on each other, or was it relatively?
The first year I got there, because the lads was pretty similar age, so the bond was quite strong. The first year we got promoted, it was really strong. After we got promoted to the Prem, a few lads went and a few lads came. It sort of got a little bit divided in terms of age. Obviously it's always that fine one between the age. A few lads who are married and quite older pros, and then you've got a few younger sort of, I wouldn't say jokers, but a sort of like livelier group of lads.
Yeah.
It was always that sort of one. But I thought, obviously when you had people like Liam Ridgewell and Craig Gardner came, and obviously Roger was there and Stevie Carr and stuff like that. When we had that sort of squad with Bowes and stuff like that, Barry Ferguson, he was a grumpy one, so he hated anything we did, stuff like that. So it was it was quite funny then. Obviously guards, it's like a barrel of laughs. Ridgey was like a barrel of laughs. Roger was a barrel of laughs as well. So it was good times. And the boys had some good bits of banter flying around them times.
Yeah. Any funny stories? Any funny stories you could tell us?
It was good times, and the boys had some.
Okay, we just lost you there for a minute, Cameron. Sorry about that, mate. Paul, could we throng out the 1 to 11 as quick as you can, because we've got 30 minutes to go?
Oh, yes. I was just asking Cameron very quickly if there's any quick funny stories you can tell us. Anyone played any good pranks you can remember on each other?
Prank wise, it's just the basic things really, but it's just funny at the time when you're there, when people cut people's trainers and people's clothes. Someone comes in a new outfit, everyone knows it probably looks pretty cool, but you hang it up in a dressing room, and then obviously the lad comes in, finds his clothes hung up, and he's fuming, and he's just obviously the lads are getting on him about his gear and stuff like that. Loads of little things. It's just football banter, innit? Like little bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy, nothing crazy.
No. So, Cameron, shall we get on to your 1 to 11, mate? So, what formation you playing?
I'm going to go flat 4-4-2.
Yeah.
No.
Far away, mate. Far away.
I'm going to go Joe Hart in goal, because obviously when he came, obviously made a massive impact. Obviously Joe went on to bigger and better things after the Blues, but he was magnificent that season. Obviously that was the season we obviously set the record in the Premier League for the highest position up at finish. So that was obviously why I picked Joe. But left back, I'd say Liam Ridgewell, because obviously playing with Ridgie, he was sort of not a natural left back, more of a centre half. But I thought the times he played, he was magnificent. He popped up with goals, had that extra bit of quality on the ball, all around good lad, good team rate, and obviously Ridgie deserves his place there. I'd have to say the two centre halves picked themselves, Roger and Scott Dan. Obviously, both immense signings at the time, exactly what we needed. Good young quality centre half. So them two obviously straight in. Stevie Carr at right back gets the armband as well.
Gets the armband, captain, yeah,
definitely. He was just such a wonderful professional. Just to be around someone who's been there and played at the highest level for so long, and came back having sort of been retired. McLeish had to sort of beg him to come back out. You know what I mean? So he come back and the standards he set every day in training around the place, and it's just a big influence on people. Especially younger players looking up to someone who who's held in such high regards from everyone in the football world. Yeah. And he had the hunger to be better every day, and it just drove the team on. So he was massive. He was massive for the dressing room, Stevie was. Right wing, I'm going to go Seb Larsson, inverted right winger. Obviously, set piece delivery, fantastic. Really nice guy as well on and off the pitch.
I've said on here before, Cameron. I've said on here before that Seb Larsson's the closest we'll ever see at St Andrews. Well, I hope he isn't. Obviously, I hope we get someone in the future that is even more so. But in my lifetime so far, it's the closest I've ever seen. And I don't know if you disagree with this, Mark, but the closest I've ever seen to David Beckham in a blue shirt.
I would say that,
yeah. I'd agree with that, to be honest with you. I mean, if you was a neutral fan, what would you think of Seb? When you heard Seb Larsson, you just think delivery from a set piece.
Right.
Yeah, it's like James Ward-Prowse. Exactly.
Yeah.
He's got an engine on him, so he can get up and down the pitch. He can get around the pitch, 12, 13k a game, and delivery-wise, technically, he's really immense. So them two. The midfield, I'd say Fabrice Mwamba. I'd have him sort of sitting off just for what he brought to the team, and obviously, unlucky sort of what happened to him. Obviously, Fabrice. Really nice kid, humble, funny, but what he brought to the team, he could destroy a midfield too on his own, with his athletic ability. So Fabrice definitely goes in there. And who did I pick? The other one would be, I think, Barry Ferguson. Barry in there, centre midfield, obviously. Mr. Angry, as everyone used to call him, but like Stevie Carr, such a competitor. Obviously a great leader on and off the pitch. One of the guys who sort of set that standard in the change rooms as well. And obviously he'd won a lot in his career as well. So Barry obviously was a brilliant.
Couldn't have been easy, because you played with so many good ones. You're in the centre of the park. I mean, Craig Gardner, Lee Bowyer.
I mean, it's tough because obviously these players you're going to forget about. I mean, Gard's got 10 goals for midfield one season, so it's like, how are you not picking someone like that? Lee Bowyer got 8 goals from midfield, it's like, but I just thought for the influence, what he did on and off the pitch, it's just like how he sort of transformed the team on and off the pitch, what he did, what his qualities were. So, that's why he's sort of in for me. And obviously out on the left, I'm going to pick McSheffrey, just for what he brought that first season in terms of how he burst onto the scene. Buying him from Coventry in August was a master stroke for Brucey. Obviously bringing him in, and he managed to get 12, 14 goals by Christmas, and obviously propelled us to where we were in the league. And obviously that was sort of a springboard for us to go on and get promoted. So he had a massive contribution to the club's turnaround in that period of time when I was there. So it was a close one between him and McFadden, to be fair. McFadden obviously did really well when he came in, but obviously Gary was exceptional for the time he was there, in my view anyway. And obviously the two strikers I'd go for Christian Benitez, obviously for the impacts he had on the pitch, and obviously the partnership I formed with him, and Forsell just because of the ability he had and how his past periods before he got injured at the club. Obviously what he meant to the fans, and obviously was held such in high regards by everybody around the place. And he was just an unfortunate guy who just had major problems of injury, but training professional as anything. He was first in, last out, and obviously having been at the stage of my career I'm in now, seeing players who have struggled for injury, it's similar to Jack Wilshere.
Yeah,
amazing player. Scary talent, but he can just never stay fit, and it's no problem of his. It's just his body doesn't agree with that.
Yeah. Well, if we could have kept David Dunn and Forsell fit for a long period of time, then
you'd never got relegated. Never in a million years would have got relegated. If you done it when he was flying in his peak, he was doing scary things in the middle of the park. Obviously, Mikel with his finishing prowess, that season you'd have never gone down. Absolutely not.
No. Good team, though. Very good team.
Yeah, there's a few missed out on, but just for different reasons, obviously, from what I thought they brought to the pitch, and obviously what they brought to the dressing room was characters and guys as well. So that was, my 1 to 11, really.
Yeah.
Who was the captain?
Stephen Carr, Chris.
Stephen Carr. Okay.
Yeah, Captain Carr. Okay, Craig Courtney says we've got 4 tickets left for the Wes Harding shirt. That's 4 tickets left. Well, I'd love those to go tonight so that we can draw that tonight. And I'm going to introduce you to the man himself, the legend, Craig Courtney.
Good evening, all.
Here he is.
Who are you?
Go on, Craig.
Less of that, otherwise I'll stop the guests.
You're a stranger.
What's this little one's name?
This is Olivia that's next to me.
Hello, Olivia.
Hello, Evie.
Craig, what I'd like to do on behalf of myself and the rest of the team here, Paul, Mark, Chris, everybody who works as well behind the scenes, Adam, etc., massive thank you for the work that you put in to get
Oh, you and I have done some work. Yeah.
It has been incredible. You know what? We couldn't have dreamt what's happened since the beginning of COVID, and every single week after. You've been an absolute star to the show, mate. Thank you so much.
Mate, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah.
We'll work hard.
I don't know how you pulled it off.
Craig,
So we've got 4 left then, Craig. Yeah, four teams left in the Wes Harding shirt. We'd love them to go tonight. We'd love to draw it. So if anybody wants those last 4 tickets, please, let's have it done tonight. It's the last show of the year, and at least we can draw one of the shirts off. Another one coming up next year from Boyle Sports. Yep. Linda Ensor, well done, Craig Courtney, valued member of the Tilton Talk Show. Absolutely couldn't agree more. What are your thoughts?
Craig, we've got a few guests coming next year, haven't we? Are we going to reveal any of them, or do we want to keep people in suspenders, or what?
Well, we'll send out some little teasers on a few, but first one into the new year is an ex-defender of ours, now working alongside Mr. Cooper as well. So we'll see if the guesties come in with those. Mm-hmm. One of the huge fans' favourites is coming in February, and a gentleman that's been asked for numerous times. And work continues to bring more people in. So we've now got guest booked until the middle of February. So it's a good few slots to go. And just keep letting us know who you want, and we'll see what we can do.
That's fantastic.
Sorry, what's the little one's name, Craig?
Nick, it's Olivia.
Olivia, your dad is a megastar. He's an absolute megastar. Thank you very much indeed. You're Birmingham City fan yourself?
Yeah.
Good on you. Well done. Well done. Jason
You watch the show every week, Olivia.
Sorry, Jason McDonald says best talk show in the country and the only place to be. Keep right on. That's what Monday's for.
Well, we like it.
Everybody is saying congratulations and thank you very much, mate.
Yeah, he's paid every one of them.
Yeah, my bank account's empty.
Craig, Linda Magner says, have you included my £10?
I have indeed.
Yeah, it's all done, Linda. Thank you very much. We've got 4 tickets left. Come on, let's have this drawn tonight. Somebody is going to win a signed Wes Harding shirt tonight, live on the show. We've got 20 minutes left. 20 minutes left. Come on.
Can I ask, Nick, can I ask, sorry, Chris, are we going to do the or one of them? The one that Cameron played with?
Okay, then, yeah, I've actually got it all set up. I think I have,
So we got, Cameron? We've got a recording of an ex-player of ours talking, and we've got to guess who it is.
Okay, now
So we thought we just call this round Ooh. Do you remember that?
We called it
Before the game. When he called out the
subs come on, yeah.
Quality, innit?
Okay. Well, I'm going to play the first. Well, I've only done the one, so see if anybody can guess who this is.
It's hard to reflect on it right now, but just a great feeling. 3 points against a team that. What does that take us? Level on points with them. Takes us in a great position going into the business end.
Okay.
But yeah. Wild at times.
Stuart Carnaby.
They had a lot of possession.
Oh, he's got it straight away, hasn't he?
Got it straight away.
Possession doesn't win you.
Got it. Linda,
that was quick then.
Craig, please tell me how I pay.
How does she pay, Craig?
Linda, I'll send you a link across and you can do it direct. It's no
Auntie
problem.
Linda, send you that link. Steve Portman, how much donation for the last 4? It's £2 a ticket, Steve. £2 a ticket. Let's get them gone. Now, well, I wasn't expecting this tonight, to be honest with you, Craig, and never met you face to face, and I obviously would love to, but with all the COVID going on and one thing and another, as soon as this thing's all over, mate, we're going to have a busting good party, I promise you. Pete Taylor says you've signed more than Barry Fry.
Jesus, that is a lot.
3 minutes till the last 15 minutes, guys, and we're going to have a laugh. We're going to go out with a bit of a blast on the last show of 2020. It's been an absolutely miserable, horrible year. But what we're going to do is try and cheer it up a bit. Olivia, do you like my hat?
Yeah.
You like my jumper, Olivia? What do you think of my jumper?
Which one's better?
The hat.
The hat wins.
Oh no.
Paul, she said you've got to put a hat on to stop you from shining.
I know. I never thought of that.
Craig, Steve Portman saying send me the link because I think he wants to make a donation there. We've got four tickets left. Come on. Let's have it. Beg your pardon? Hang on, we've got some news coming in here. Tracy Hemmings, can I have 2, please? There you go, there's 2 left. Two left. Steve Portman, if you want them to have them now, have them quick, because if anybody else comes in before you, whoa, you know what the rules are. Okay, that shirt looks like it's going to be pulled out tonight, and it's going to get posted out to somebody, possibly not in time for Christmas, but never mind, at least you know it will be on the way.
Nick, I can confirm the last numbers have gone, so I'll be doing the draw shortly.
Okay, can you do it live on the screen for us, Craig, when you do? Okay, so we'll give that 3 or 4 minutes. I can't believe we're into the last 17 minutes of the whole year. It's been a journey, you know, from that very first time when we had lockdown and I did that daft one in the Blues Museum. Probably had a few too many steins of beer, to be perfectly honest with you. Tracy's saying, Craig, can you please send me the link? Auntie Linda will send you the link, Tracy, and then we can get them done. Steve Portman, you'll take the last 2. There you go. It's all done. So the Wes Harding shirt is now shut and closed and is going to be definitely drawn tonight. There you go.
We'll
Craig,
do that
the last couple of minutes of the show.
Sorry, Craig, are we going to draw it tonight? Are we going to have time yet?
Yeah, I'll draw it. I've got a little random number selector, so we'll draw that in a second.
Oh, fantastic. Great stuff.
Quick question for Cameron. Who was your football idol growing up, mate?
I had more than one, but Ryan Giggs, I'm a big Man United fan, so obviously, you know, I grew up idolising, you know, Giggsy, Andy Cole, but as being a striker, I just used to love watching, you know, Fowler, Shearer, all the guys who was obviously scoring the goals at the time. You're just looking up to them and just going like, amazing, you know, obviously. Alan Shearer doesn't, you know, get any better than people like that. Obviously, Robbie Fowler when he was, you know, bursting on the scene, and obviously Andy Cole winning trophies at Man United. So those are the sort of strikers I was looking at the time.
Yeah.
And then you got to play with Andy for a little bit, didn't you, when he came to Blues?
Yeah, he came for a few months on loan.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was obviously like a bit like wow. Surreal, you know. Obviously, he's a guy I grew up like idolising, and he's come to sort of see us over the line, get us promoted, and you know he was great around the place. Obviously, he's a massive throwback.
I was going to say I've got an admission to make, but when he came, I had this image of him being, you know, the grumpy, the surly, and all the rest of it. But I did actually have a chat with him after the one game for about 10 minutes. One of the loveliest guys I've ever met. Such a nice guy.
He was really genuine, nice
really
guy,
nice
approachable. You could ask him for a little bit of advice, you know, stuff like that. He was, you know, he's a good guy. I think he's obviously misjudged, isn't he? Obviously,
misinterpreted, yeah.
Yeah, definitely is, isn't he? But we all.
Yeah.
Okay, Joe Donahoe, as always, great show. Oh, great show. You really are a great bunch of lads for all you do. Happy Christmas to you all from Joe in Dorset. Keep right. A very happy Christmas to you and your family, Joe, as well. Let's hope we can get rid of this COVID thing soon and we can all get back to meeting up with each other. Kim Upton, Merry Christmas. Cam, to you and your family. Great show. Oh, and all the others involved. Kiss, kiss. Thank you very much indeed. We are, ladies and gentlemen, into the last 15 minutes of the year, of the Tilton Talk Show year, the last 15 minutes of the Tilton Talk Show year. And how else could we go out tonight without mentioning that word? Christmas. So anything to do with Christmas and football.
Word association, Cameron. Can you think of any?
Yeah, miserable get.
One or two.
I came up with Andy Carroll.
Oh, clever.
We had quite a few good ones at the beginning of the show, didn't we? I'd got minced pucker pies.
What about Simon Church?
Ooh,
Yeah.
The Magna Brilliant Show. Thanks, Cameron, and thanks to all. Thanks to you, Linda. You've been an absolute rock through this year as well. Thank you very much for all your support. Right, while they're coming in, Chris, could we do that draw now then, buddy?
Craig.
Craig,
Yeah,
We can indeed, and Olivia's going to press the button. So,
Fame.
so the random number for those, and hopefully, I don't know whether you can see that on the screen.
11.
Number 11.
11.
Okay.
Chucho's number as well.
Yeah.
It's I don't know how we can announce this one actually, because it's actually Birmingham City is the team.
Right.
And and Birmingham City was owned by our very own Mark the Robe Adams.
Yeah.
There you go, Mark Adams, Birmingham City. I tell you what, you couldn't write the book, could you?
You know what? I never win anything.
Oh, he's crying it in, hasn't he? He's crying it in. I never win anything. Jesus.
Okay, they're coming in. My birthday on Friday, thanks, Linda. 3-word winner, my birthday, the 25th. Brett Angel from Paul McCarthy. Brett Angel, yeah, there's a good one. Christmas Amber. Steve Job, I love it. Christmas Dugary. Trevor Smith. Jason Hughes, Christmas Caracca. Jason McDonald, happy birthday for Friday, Nick. Thank you very much, mate. Oh, golly. Ryan Pigs in Blankets.
That's a good one. I like that one.
I love it. Please, Darren Rudolph's just come in. Oh, my goodness me. Mervyn, Christmas Day. And everybody's saying, well done, Mark. Well done. It was, say, a random number selector. That's earned Craig. Craig, how much has that earned now for the charities?
That's another £210 that we've got, and I will be applying through work to get those funds matched as well. So I'll update on how that goes.
Okay, and how's the Liam Dash that's gone for 250?
So Liam Dash still sitting at 250. If it's not,
that'll go at the end of the show.
If it's not by the end of the show, I'll announce who it is that's got that as well.
Superb, mate. Superb.
Ooh, is it a secret?
Hot chocolate. We've got David Golden Balls.
Can I have Santa Claus Jensen,
Nicholas Bentner. Oh, man alive.
So who are you playing next, Cameron? Who have MK Don's got next? When you playing Saturday?
We play Boxing Day. We're at home to Bristol Rovers, but I'm not sure it's going to be on because they've had a COVID scare there. So maybe it's to go. So all preparations start tomorrow. Back in tomorrow morning. So just need to start winning games, I suppose. Just like everything else, business as usual. It's Christmas, but as footballers, we don't really have a good Christmas, do we? So we're here to entertain.
How you spending? Sorry, Cameron. How you spending Christmas yourself?
Gaffers give us Christmas Day off, so obviously that's a nice touch. So I'll be back home with the family Christmas Day, and then travel down to the game Boxing Day. So it'd be nice to spend the day with the boys and the missus, and just have a nice little family gathering.
Yeah, it's the old Norwich player, isn't it? Your manager there, the Russell Martin.
Yeah. Russell, I was played with him at Norwich for 3 years, and he's a great captain. Honestly, he seen straight away he was going to be a manager from a mile off. It was something that he'd marked to do from when he was playing, and it's something he's so passionate about. So it's brilliant to be a part of something what someone believes so strongly in. So it's great. It's great to be helping out and helping the young lads, giving them some advice and stuff like that. So it's good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And you also played for England under 21s as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I had 10, 11 caps for the 21. So yeah, that was obviously a nice achievement as well for myself.
And in the mid 2000s, I'm guessing you would have played with the likes of some players that went on to obviously represent us at senior level as well. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, who was there?
Leighton Baines. Was it Leighton Baines? One of them.
Yeah, Bainesy, Theo Walcott, Aaron Lennon, Mika Richards, Agbon Lahore, Darren Bent, Dean Ashton, Carlton Cole, obviously Joe Hart.
Yeah.
There's loads from the squad.
Loads, isn't there? Yeah.
Loads of messages coming in from Steve Portman. Happy Merry Christmas birthday, Nick DJ Spore. Thank you very much indeed. And a Merry Christmas to everybody else from Steve Portman. And a very Merry Christmas from all of us as well, to all our good friends at Excessi Blues, from everything you do through the year for us as well. What a wonderful, wonderful group. We've got Stephen Gill with Rudolph Van Nistelrooy, Chris Rowe with Christmas to Gary, Wayne Sproutledge from Adam Wilkes.
Wayne Sproutledge, that's a good one.
We've got Noel Whelan coming from Michael Woods, Anthony Garvey, Denver Humbug. Paul McCarthy's gone for Harry Sugar Cane, Craig Courtney, Santa Claus Jensen, Carol Man Jerome, all from Nigel Mann. Gordon McQueen's speech from Jason Hughes. love it. Craig Courtney's gone for Dennis Three Wise Men.
What about Jason Newell?
Yeah.
Jason Newell? YULA?
Yeah, we've got David Eggnog from Pete Taylor, Hallie Red Napkin from Adam Wilkes, Linda Ensor's gone for Trevor Frankincense. Oh, God. Nigel Mann, Stephen Christmas card. A Messy New Year from Jason. Neil Alfridge. Alfred, I like that one. Cameron Jerome, G-N-O-M-E. Gary Giblett, Ivan Son Hick from Ray.
I can see the winner.
Gary Emanuel, Ricky
The
Grotto.
next one, Ricky Grotto.
Ricky Grotto.
I'll take over somebody else. This is killing me off, man, honestly.
That's got to be the winner.
Oh, gosh. Who's going to pick the winner? No, we've still got 7 minutes to go yet.
Ricky Grotto, you can't beat that one. So
Ricky Grotto's winning at the minute. So Stantony Knockhart, Santony Knockhart. You get that one, yeah? From Anthony Garvey.
Dear.
Oh my God, I've gone up. I'm having a flush.
I think Sir Alf Ramsey was a good one as well.
Sir Alf Ramsey, I did like that one. Yeah,
that was a good one. Yeah. It's got to be Ricky Grotto for me.
Oh dear.
Cameron, I remember you getting one at Sunderland as well. The speed that you went down that left and cut in with your right foot and absolutely buried it in the top corner at the Stadium of Light. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, was it 2-0 win or 3-0?
I think we actually lost that game, but I just remember that goal.
Yeah, I remember the goal. Michel, remember the Spanish midfielder?
Yeah.
Where did we get him from? Sporting Gijon. Yeah, remember him sliding me through on the left and going through and finishing. But yeah, he was a good one, but he just couldn't get to grips with the physicality. But he was a very good player in training. Really, really good player. Good player.
Fantastic.
Well, still more coming in. So we've got a good one here from Penny Wood. Nice one. Nice to hear from you, Penny. Merry Christmas to you and all your family. The first Noel Blake. Nigel Mann's gone for Robbie Savage around the Christmas tree. A messy Xmas. Paul Hunt says, have a great Christmas, boys. Cameron, you've been a great listen. Thanks, Paul. And the same to you. Ricky Blotto from Des Fox, Frankincense Lampard from Carolina. Silent Night Vile Park when we beat them 2-0 in the Prem.
Yeah, that's a clever one, that is, isn't it?
How good has it been, though, Chris, Nick and Mark, how good has it been doing this year, under all the circumstances?
It's been brilliant. It's been brilliant just to interact with people, it's been fantastic.
Yeah. If you'd have said to all of us, Cameron, if you'd have told us like 10 years ago when we were sat in the stands watching you playing, that we'd be doing this now, we'd have probably all laughed. You know what I mean?
It's the way times have sort of advanced, though. It's like you found the niche which works, and obviously you've got such a good, strong core of listeners. It's testimony to you guys, to seeing that what people want to hear, and
Yeah, they're all nutters, as you can tell, Cameron. They're all nutters that listen to us. as you can tell.
Steve Portman's gone for Ryan Christmas Bauble, yeah. Jason Hughes, really, little donkey.
Yeah, it's not fair.
That's a good one. Clever.
Yeah.
Clever.
Even I nearly fell over at that one.
We've had guests on every week, Cameron, more or less this year, every show, all the way through this year, through the pandemic.
And that's what it's about. I mean, obviously, I took a little while to get back to you, but it's something or nothing, you know, something what obviously all little players would be interested in doing. So it's obviously it's a great little thing you guys have got going, and it, you know, especially in the pandemic where people are at home and they can't get out and they can't have that socialisation and that talking of football, what they'd normally have down the pub or down the games and stuff like that.
Absolutely, yeah. This is 10th season. This is.
Yeah, 10th season. We're going to our, yeah.
Incredible. Pete Taylor's gone for David Stockingdale. Linda Magna loved your red boots, Cameron. Do you still play in red boots now?
I've toned it down a bit. I've gone back to basics, back to black.
I don't get it.
I can't get away with colours anymore.
I don't get it.
Too old for that. Too old for that.
Grand comment there from Michael Woods. Brilliant guests, each and every single one, every single week as well. It's been an absolute gem. It's been a horrible, horrible, horrible year. It's been a horrible year, not just for football, but all those people that we know that have had this vile virus that's still flying around and has now mutated and is now seems to be getting worse and worse. And, please, sir, can I have some more Bobby Moore for Anthony Garvey? I just hope, like, these guys... We do this every single Monday, and the wonderful guests that we have given all their free time up. I know that you all have really appreciated everything that we've done throughout this year to try and keep your spirits up and to try and kind of keep together. You know what I mean? Because it's been just horrible not being able to meet up in the studio. And I didn't see Chris Browne the other day, but apparently Sharon said he looked another 10 years older than last time she saw him.
Can I just say as well, I was over there on a business trip. I didn't purposely go over there, because of restrictions and so forth.
Yes, no, you were, yeah.
Before people start thinking.
Thomas Murr, I don't get that one.
Murr, frankincense Murr.
Yeah, I got that bit, but I didn't go who Thomas Murr was.
No, Thomas Moira, the goalie. Remember the old goalie?
Thanks, Jason, for that one. Yeah. Cameron, thank you so very much for giving up your Monday evening for us, my friend. Revered down the Blues, absolutely loved every time you come. We knew what was going to get from you. Never gave less than 100%. Even in that last minute, can I tell you what? You were still giving it all. Craig Courtney, wow. I don't. Words fail me. Paul, what do you reckon?
Legend.
An absolute
definitely.
Got the charm on that messenger, mate. That's all I'll say.
Can we just close the competitions now as well, and maybe Craig can give us a roundup.
I can indeed, so I can confirm. So we'll keep the number game going. Still got a few going on that one, but can confirm that Paul Lilly is the proud owner of the Liam Day shirt. So thank you, Paul. That's a huge amount of money. So thank you very much indeed.
That's a lot of dough.
Absolutely.
So tonight, Craig, we've raised a few bob tonight, and if your company matches it, what could be the total of tonight's show?
So with the two sums of money plus what we've done so far, we are not too shy with the matching of around £2,000 now. Over the past few weeks.
Brilliant.
That's brilliant.
And we've still got the other ball to go as well after that one. And then next year, we've got the signed shirts from Boyle Sports, which we thank for sponsoring us and for being so very kind to us all through the year. To our friends at Accessi Blues, of course, Garrison Coffee Company, SAS Autos, Bawdsey Labour Club, which we're all desperate to get to and share a pint together. But from me, it's now 9 o'clock. Cameron Jerome, you've been an absolute megastar tonight. Thank you so very much.
Thanks for having me. Been brilliant. Thank you. Really enjoyed it.
So this
Merry Christmas to all our viewers and fans out there as well. From there, keep right on.
So this the last minute.
Every single one,
And what we'd love to say is we'll give our own personal message. We'll take about a minute, about 20 seconds each. I just want to wish every single one of you the happiest Christmas you can possibly have. Stay safe, stick to the rules, stay in as much as you possibly can, and come back after the new year. We're just going to crack on. We're just going to crack on. But all of you, every single one, thank you so much for your support all year, and look forward to chatting with you, seeing with you in the new one. Paul.
Yeah, like I just said, Merry Christmas to everyone out there, and keep right on and keep the faith as well. You know, moving forwards, it's going to be a bumpy ride this season. I think, you know, we're going to have ups and downs, but I do believe we've got the right man for the job. Talking longer term, if he's given the time. So hopefully we've got better times ahead in the longer future. But yeah, Mark. Under the circumstances, have a great Christmas and Merry Christmas.
Mark.
Pretty much the same. Blues-wise, let's stick together. Get behind Karanka. He's not going anywhere. He's 20 games in. Off the pitch, I just want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. And I'm not being cheesy. I'm just saying, genuinely, look after each other.
Cameron, a message from you?
Just from a Christmas perspective, just wish everybody a happy Christmas. Everybody stay safe. Try and abide by the rules. You know, and obviously, you know, just try and make the most of a terrible year and a terrible situation. And obviously, from a Birmingham's perspective, you know, keep right on, keep behind the manager. Let's see how he goes. Let's go.
And Cameron, I've never had a Birmingham City player, ex or current, wish me a happy birthday for Christmas Day. Off you go.
Here we go. Well, Chris, happy birthday. That's like a birthday.
My name's Nick, actually.